All right, good morning. We are getting to my favorite part of rational functions. We are going to be doing everything. Points of discontinuity, that can get a little confusing. That just means places that the x-axis doesn't exist. So points of discontinuity can be holes and it can be asymptotes. So the first thing we're going to do to find that is we're going to factor. So I'm going to take a 3 out, and then I'm going to factor. So we have points of discontinuity. So we set our denominator equal to 0. I'm just going to call it D. No, that's domain. Is that good? Discontinuity. So if I set this equal to 0, I get x is -3. And if I set this equal to 0, I get x equals 2. So there's my 2 points of discontinuity. Those happen to be called vertical asymptotes. Okay, now let's find our horizontal asymptote. I like to find the asymptotes first. So horizontal asymptote, our denominator has the largest exponent, so that's y equals 0. And this is why I find them first. If my asymptote is at y equals 0, do I have any x-intercepts? No, because I can't intersect the x-axis, y equals 0. So x-intercepts, I have none. And I'm not all that concerned about finding intercepts, and you'll see why when we get to graphing. All right, let's try number 4. So this time I can do both numerator and denominator. So I've got, you're going to get good at these, x plus 3, x minus 2. Here I'm going to take a -4 out. And now I'm going to factor. So I've got that -4. I've got x plus 3 and x plus 1. So discontinuity. X cannot equal a -3 and x cannot equal a -1. I shouldn't put it does not equal. Okay, those are my 2 points of discontinuity. Now notice, I can cross that one off. If I can cross it off, it's called a hole. So I have a hole at -3. That means my other one is called a vertical asymptote, and it is at -1. Because this is my simplified function. So I end up with a function that is x minus 2 over -4 times x plus 1. Okay, now horizontal asymptote. And here's where we can end up with mistakes if you forget about the 4. Go back to your original problem and look at the numbers in front. That way you don't have to worry about losing. It's still here in front. But I've got a 1 over a -4. So y equals a -1/4. So here's my discontinuity. 1 happens to be a hole, 1 happens to be an intercept or an asymptote, and that one's my asymptote. Now if I want to find my x-intercept, this time my asymptote is not 0, so I'm going to set this equal to 0. So I ended up with my function is x minus 2 over -4 times x plus 1. The nice thing about this denominator, when I times it by 0, it's gone. So to find my x-intercept, I'm going to set my numerator equal to 0. So my x-intercept is at 2. Okay, when I set the denominator equal to 0, I get a vertical asymptote. When I set the numerator equal to 0, I get my x-intercepts. And sometimes I can have more than one. All right, let's start graphing. Now I know all of the steps. So I'm going to have a lot of things to find. I'm going to factor this. Okay, so my points of discontinuity, I have x equals 0 and x equals 3. Nothing's going to cross off. So I'm going to start with my vertical asymptote, x equals 0 and x equals 3. And I'm going to plot it in. There's 1. And there's 2. Now I need a horizontal asymptote. Bigger exponent, so it's y equals 0. And I'm going to put that in. Okay, now I've got to figure out where my graphs are. So I'm going to start plugging in points. I'm going to use this. So I'm going to start with -1. So if I let x be -1, I have 4 over -1 squared minus 3 times -1. -1 squared is 1. -3 times -1 is a positive 3. So it's up here. So my graph, remember I'm approaching. Now I'm going to get this side over here. And here's where I'm going to teach you some things. So 4. Oh, crap. I forgot that negative sign. So it should actually be down here. All right, now let's do 4. Four squared is 16. 3 times 4 is 12. 16 minus 12 is 4. Look, I got -1 again. So I have 2 choices here in the middle. Either it goes like this, up above, or it's going to come down and cross. I know, because I've done these enough, to know what this means. Okay, but you haven't, so we're just going to pick a point. So I'm going to pick 1. (1 minus 3). -4 divided by -2 is a positive 2. And now I'm going to pick 2 and see what happens. (4 minus 6 gives me a -2. Again, I get 2. So I have a parabola up here. And you're going to start to see, after you've done enough of these, you'll see patterns, how they go back and forth. Okay, let me show you an oblique right here. So I'm going to factor out the x, and then I'm going to factor x minus 3, x plus 3. Okay, so there's my numerator. Now let's get my denominator. I'm going to factor out the 3. So this is awesome. Look. Remember, that is called a hole. So I have a hole. And that's the x minus 3. So x minus 3 equals 0, so x equals 3. So my function that I end up with, I'm going to bring it down here, is x times x plus 3 over 3 times x plus 1. Okay, that's my final function. If I want to know where the hole is, I plug in my 3. So I have 3 times 3 plus 3 over 3 times 3 plus 1. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 4 is 12. Divided by 6, I have 3 halves. So my hole is at 3 comma 3 halves, or 1.5. So I'm going to put that hole in. 1, 2, 3 over 1.5, and I have a hole. That is an open dot. So when I'm drawing my graph, that is a hole. Okay, let's get our vertical asymptote. Set my denominator equal to 0, so x equals -1. So there it is. Let's get a horizontal asymptote. Now let's check it out. Go back here. My numerator has the higher power, so there is none. That means now it's time to find the oblique. So I do long division. X cubed minus 9x squared. I don't care about leftovers or remainder. I just need the original. So I've got 3x squared minus 6x minus 9. So I need to multiply this 3x squared by something to get 1x cubed. So to get rid of the 3, I'm going to times it by 1/3. 3 times 1/3 is 1. I have x squared here. I need 1 more. That gives me x cubed, 1/3, 2x squared minus 3. Draw the line, change the signs. And that gives me my oblique asymptote. And it's an approximate. So I'm going to graph that line. So it goes through 0 about, and it's going to go up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3, down 1 over 1, 2, 3. So it's somewhere around there. Okay. Now I'm going to sketch. Okay, and obliques are just guides to give us the width. Okay, let's take a look at this. One more. They have matching. Okay, let's start out by factoring. X minus 3, x plus 1, taking out my 3, 3x, then I have x, take out my 3x, and I have x minus 12 divided by 3 is 4. Nothing cross out, so no holes. Let's start with our vertical asymptote. X equals 3 and x equals -1. These have matching exponents, so I look at the number in front. So horizontal asymptote, y equals 3. And this is an unusual